You know that feeling, right? You spend hours getting your application just perfect, you hit submit, and then nothing. Just silence. It's like your resume vanished into thin air. Well, today, we're going to fix that. In this explainer, I'm going to walk you through 5 essential steps to get you out of the void and into that interview chair. So, yeah, let's talk about that void. That digital black hole where your applications just seem to disappear. You are not imagining it. It's a real thing. And there's a very specific reason it happens. But once you understand it, well, that's how you start to beat the system. Okay, get ready for this because it's a bit of a shock. 75%. That's how many resumes get rejected by an automated system, a bot, before a human being ever even gets a chance to see them. Let that sink in. 3 out of every 4 times you apply, you might not even be in the game. So your first challenge isn't impressing a person, it's getting past the machine. So how do we get you past those bots and in front of a real person? We're going to follow a simple 5-step roadmap. We'll start with understanding the resume black hole, then dive into step 1, the personal audit, step 2, researching the target, step 3, mastering the documents, step 4, practicing the performance, and finally, step 5, securing the follow-up. Let's get right into it. All right, first up, step 1 is the personal audit. It's all about knowing your value. Look, before you can go out and sell yourself to an employer, you have to be crystal clear on what it is you're selling. This is the foundational work, and trust me, it makes every other step so much easier. So here's what you're going to do. Start by making a simple inventory. List out all your past roles and your education. Then, catalog all of your job-related skills. And be honest with yourself. Highlight your key strengths, but also be real about identifying areas for improvement. This self-awareness is your secret weapon. It helps you target the roles where you know you can truly shine. Okay, so you know your value. Now it's time for step 2, researching the target. We need to find a company that's actually going to appreciate what you bring to the table. And this isn't just about finding any old job opening. It is about finding the right cultural fit for you. So, of course, you're going to use platforms like LinkedIn and Indeed, but please don't stop there. You need to do some real detective work. Go study their company websites, check out their social media feeds, and definitely analyze their culture on sites like Glassdoor to get the unfiltered truth. Here's a little pro tip. When you're reading reviews, look for patterns. One bad review could just be a fluke, but multiple people all mentioning high turnover or poor communication, that's a red flag. Your goal is to find an environment where you're actually going to thrive. And that brings us to the big one. Step 3, master the documents. We're talking about your first impression, your resume, and your cover letter. And let's be real, if you haven't looked for a job in a decade, that old resume you've been using, it just isn't going to cut it anymore. I absolutely love this quote because it points to a huge mindset shift. Your resume is not a history report of everything you've ever done. No, it is a marketing document for your future. You have to tailor it with keywords from the job description and frame your experience to show exactly why you are ready for that next level. And you have to get that message across fast. How fast? 5 to 7 seconds. That's it. That is the average amount of time a recruiter will spend scanning your resume before making a snap judgment. That means it has to be incredibly easy to read, well organized, and your value has to jump right off the page. So, your resume has this crazy double duty to perform. It needs to be perfectly formatted with all the right keywords to pass the robots, and it has to be compelling enough to grab a human's attention in under 7 seconds. You know, that's a really tough balance to strike on your own, which is where a specialized tool can be a total game changer. And that's why I'm excited about today's sponsor, MobileCV.ai. If you absolutely hate fighting with formatting on your resume, you need to check this out. It's an AI tool that can turn pretty much anything, your LinkedIn profile, an old Word doc, even a photo of your resume, into a professional ATS-optimized CV in about 60 seconds. It uses these high-end LaTeX templates, which means the formatting is perfect for both bots and human eyes, and it avoids all those weird errors that get other resumes rejected. It can even generate a tailored cover letter using keywords from the job description. It's pretty amazing. All right, with your documents totally mastered, let's move on to step 4, practice the performance. The interview is your time to shine, and just like any great performance, it's gonna take some rehearsal. If you're feeling a little rusty, that's completely normal. Just start by practicing common questions, especially the big one. So, tell me about yourself. Here's a pro tip I give all my clients. Record yourself on your phone. I know, it feels awkward, but it is a fantastic way to check your body language and see if you're fidgeting or avoiding eye contact. Then on the day of, dress professionally and always, always bring extra hard copies of that beautiful new resume. Finally, we've arrived at step 5, and this is the one that is so crucial but so often forgotten. Secure the follow-up. This is all about closing the loop and making sure you stay top of mind with the hiring manager. I want you to think of it this way. The interview isn't actually over when you walk out that door. The follow-up is still part of their evaluation of you. It's your chance to show that you're professional, organized, and truly interested in the role. So what does a good follow-up look like? It's really simple. Send a thank you email and do it promptly within 24 hours. In it, you're going to reiterate your strong interest in the role and then just briefly remind them of 1 or 2 key qualifications that make you such a great fit. And this right here, this simple question is the most powerful tool in your follow-up toolkit. You have to ask it before you leave the interview. Knowing their timeline, it gives you a clear, professional reason to check in later if you haven't heard back, without ever making you feel like you're being a pest. It's brilliant. And there you have it. You now have the complete roadmap for your job search, from that initial self-reflection all the way to sealing the deal with a professional follow-up. You've totally got this. So let's run through them one last time, the 5 key steps. You're going to assess, research, master, practice, and follow up. So I'll leave you with one final thought to reflect on. After you've done your personal audit, what is the one single skill you have that makes you the absolute most valuable candidate for your dream job? Get really clear on that answer, and you'll be unstoppable.